Expecting to see locally some showers and storms developing from our west, bringing a chance for some severe weather later on today. It's basically been a copy and paste each and every day this week when it comes to the forecast. Today, no exception to that. We're already flirting with 90 for the actual temperature in Louisville. Take a look at that feels like temperature. Out the door right now at the lunch hour. It feels like we're at 96 in Louisville, 102 in Shepherdsville right now. And once again, just like yesterday, we have the extreme heat, and now all the anticipation is off to the west for thunderstorms. Notice local max AC radar staying quiet, but to the west right now in southern Illinois, there's bands of storms already developing. That is going to be the focus for those storms as they're going to inch their way into our area later this afternoon. Futurecast is doing a really good job of pinpointing these storms as they're going to be trekking our way towards Louisville closer to about 4 or 5 this afternoon. And heading into the early evening, we're still going to be noticing the impacts of very heavy rain and strong wind gusts on the leading edge of that line, likely clipping much of our area by about 6 p.m. this evening. The storm's still sticking around as we get into about 8 or 9 o'clock. Please do not get your guard down. Just like yesterday, we do have another shot of picking up some strong to severe storms. So along with the heat and humidity, that's going to be fueling the atmosphere for a couple of weak tornadoes possible, damaging wind and localized flooding. So with that, weather impact alert day is posted. So please make sure, Eric, everybody downloads the WHAS11 news app where you can get it free in the stores, and make sure you are getting the latest on the alerts sent to your mobile phone when it comes to the risk for severe weather. I'll talk more about the remainder of our forecast in a few more minutes.
We'll expect you to continue looking forward, but right now communities are still cleaning up after yesterday's storms. At one point, more than 4,000 LG&E customers in Jefferson County were without power. Luckily, most of those have been restored at this point. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie show us some of the damage that's been left behind.
Power lines bursting into flames in this Pleasure Ridge Park neighborhood after severe thunderstorms moved through.
I saw a big flash, and it came down.
This giant tree. One resident said she was checking her mail, was walking down this path to her front door when this tree came crashing down, taking a power line with it.
The biggest part of the tree would have hit me and killed me.
Judy Jacopis of PRP says she's a walking miracle.
This could have been me.
At one point, nearly 500 LG&E customers in this area lost power, and Lower Hunter's Trace was closed.
We saw a bunch of smoke over this way and hoping it wasn't a house fire.
Take a closer look. You can see where the tree was hit by lightning. In Anchorage, a home was set on fire on Locust Lane. Anchorage Middletown Fire and EMS says today they got more of these calls than usual.
We've received multiple calls across our district today for house fires that have been struck by lightning.
No residents or firefighters were injured. More heavy branches crashing down in West Louisville in the Algonquin neighborhood.
A lot of work needs to be done, you know, so gonna be busy for the next few weeks.
Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
And be sure to stay connected with us as we continue to follow the heat and the potential for storms this afternoon and evening. Just download the WHAS 11 app and we'll send you push alerts with information that you need to know in real time. We'll send those directly to your phone. New here at noon, Anchorage Public Schools may have to delay the first day of classes because of mold concerns. In a letter to families Tuesday, Superintendent Karen Solis said heavy rains and roof leaks last week led to the discovery of mold. While waiting on test results and cleanup, they're limiting people in the building. Out of an abundance of caution, Solis says she's seeking approval from the board and Kentucky Department of Education to delay the start date. They were supposed to go back on August the 7th. In an update this morning, Solis told parents the board will consider the amended calendar at a special meeting tomorrow to propose pushing back the start date to August the 26th. Today, first responders are remembering a firefighter who died this week. There's a procession for Anchorage Middletown Fire Sergeant Christian Smith. He drowned on Monday while swimming in a Kentucky lake. Smith worked on a heavy-duty rescue truck and answered calls for help all across the country during major natural disasters. After he completed his training, he was known to clean the entire fire truck and all of the tools inside. Several of Smith's fellow firefighters were with him at Barren River Lake when he drowned. They say they'll get through this as a family, which includes being there for Smith's wife and children.
One thing that the wife realized and the kids will realize that she has more brother-in-laws than she probably thought she'd ever have. and those kids have a lot of uncles.
Today's procession starts at 12:45 and will begin at the medical examiner's office. There is a visitation next Friday, and he'll be laid to rest Saturday. More than $24,000 have been raised to help Sergeant Smith's family. If you're interested in donating, we have a link in this story on our website. Just look for this story at WHAS11.com. In a disturbing murder case out of eastern Kentucky, police say 38-year-old Amber Spradlin was killed in June of 2023. Just yesterday, 3 men charged in her death faced the judge for their arraignment. All of them pleaded not guilty. WHAS 11's Shay McAllister reports.
You're not getting out of this, buddy. You're not above the law.
Caught on camera, the moment Amber Spradlin's family has been waiting for. Multiple men taken into custody outside of Dr. Michael McKinney's dental office in Prestonburg, Kentucky.
That was just amazing for me. I felt much better. I really did.
The dentist's son, Michael McKinney III, is charged with killing Spradlin, stabbing her multiple times. His dad, the dentist, and another man, Josh Mullins, are accused of helping him cover it up.
She really didn't know them. She'd only just been around them at the Brick House restaurant where she'd worked there for the last month. Yeah, they were just hanging out and having drinks.
Now, court documents revealing new details about what happened on the night of June 18th, 2023. Michael McKinney III is accused of stabbing Spradlin repeatedly with a knife and then destroying or hiding the broken knife handle. The indictment goes on to accuse him and the 2 other men of an elaborate cover-up, hiding or destroying the clothing they were wearing when the murder happened, cleaning Spradlin's blood from the kitchen sink, and then hiding or destroying the surveillance video, camera, and computer that police allege would have captured the murder in the room where she was killed.
I knew it all. Yes, I did. That's one reason why I've been so angry for the last 13 and a half months, to know what these people did. And they're walking around here in this little town, and there are some people who are taking up for them.
Spradlin's family says these are details they have always believed were true, and they've just been waiting for police to prove it. Now, with 3 men in custody, they're hopeful the wait for justice won't be quite so long. Shay McAllister, WHAS 11, on your side.
The man charged with murder, Michael McKinney III, is being held in the Rowan County Detention Center. He was given a $5 million cash bond. The other 2, Michael McKinney II and Josh Mullins, are both being held in Floyd County, Kentucky. They were both given lower bonds at $500,000 and $100,000 respectively. It's been more than 2 weeks since the Safer Kentucky Act took effect, and the LMPD says it's made 3 arrests and has cited 7 people for street camping. The LMPD did note it gave a warning prior to these arrests and citations. Sponsors behind the bill say the Safer Kentucky Act is meant to support Kentuckians with the highest level of safety, security, and protection possible. But critics like Vocal Kentucky's Pony Morris argue it's only punishing people who already need help.
If you wanted to help people, well, why ain't you pushing in the state to get more money for more affordable housing?
Intent is really not to take punitive measures against that population. The intent is to support those folks with the help and treatment that they need.
The outcome for anyone arrested for street camping is left in the hands of the courts. Judges will decide if a person receives a fine, jail time, or community service. A Louisville state representative has been suspended by his party. According to a statement from House Democrats, Representative Daniel Grossberg was temporarily suspended from the caucus. The party also requested a formal investigation into his conduct by the Legislative Ethics Commission. The party's statement said it had no further comment at the time due to the sensitive nature of the allegations. Grossberg represents a district just outside of the Waterson that includes Poplar Hills, Waterson Park, and West Butrell. We did reach out to Representative Grossberg for a statement, and he said, quote, "I welcome the investigation because the facts will clear my name."